All right, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Akeem. Welcome to this morning's final blog. Here to give you one last scout report on a tight end headed towards the 2017 NFL Draft. For this one, I have a little bit of a sleeper here and a player who did raise his stock entering this year's draft, Adam Shaheen, coming out of Ashland. Now, he's actually hailing from Galena, Ohio, and he was a star basketball and football player in high school, but then he actually decided to sign up with Pittsburgh Johnson Division two school, to play hoops. He just averaged 5.5 points per game. He then decided to transfer to Ashland, which was a great idea, in which he turned out to have a couple of school records. Now, he only had 85 yards in 2014, but then emerged in 2015 as the starting tight end, in which he did break Division II records for tight ends with 803 yards receiving and 10 touchdown receptions in 2015, and in 2016 broke his own record with 867 yards receiving and 16 touchdowns. He was a big target for his school. Now it's time for me to talk about his strengths and weaknesses. First, his strengths. I just mentioned his numbers, which were Division II records, which is a great thing. He does have enormous size at 6'6", 278 pounds. I wish he could just slim that down just a little bit, but it's actually pretty good. He does have 24 reps at 225 pounds, which shows that he does have good strength, and he definitely has that enormous frame, so he could use his body well as a blocking tight end. Just needs to develop things a little bit more. He's a good sinker into his breaks, and he can make sharp cuts coming out. He has good foot quickness to cleverly shut out and stutter and go, make double moves. He definitely has good movements for a man of his size. He creates leverage points against man coverage before breaking his routes and even pulling away. And he even does a pretty good job moving all over the field, in which he can isolate himself for fade routes near the end zone. He definitely is a red zone threat. He does have a couple weaknesses though. Now, despite his size, I wish he was just a little bit more physique. He doesn't have much definition as far as his muscles, particularly his arms, but he does have the strength. Do not let him fool you. Now, he definitely can ducks head into initial contact. Needs to do a better job as far as his technique, as far as blocking. Cannot duck his head because opposing defenders can swat him away and put his head down. And he does need to tweak that technique just a little bit more, and he can get jammed up sometimes in his release. And the biggest thing that everybody is concerned, he did play Division two divisions under the two divisions under FBS division, not the FBS Division II, which is a major concern, but he definitely could be a decent player at the next level. Now, my overall projection, I've seen a lot of people actually put him as one of the top 5 tight ends entering this year's draft. I barely put him in my top 10, but he did have impressive numbers. Now, I think because of what I've been seeing, I'm not going to go by what everybody's saying. I have him as a 5th round pick for this year's draft. I don't see him dropping any lower. He does have good size. If his speed was better, I would definitely give him more props. He does run a 4.79 40. If it was like a 4.6, then yes, I would agree with everybody as far as his draft status as being one of the top 5 tight ends. But because of that speed, I just could not put him as one of my top 5 tight ends. But he is a good, solid player to pick up in the 5th round. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys, I'm going to try to aim later on this week to finish off the offensive line with my top guards and centers entering this year's draft. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.